Hi, I'm Marlo from Wild Food UK. It's the middle of June, we're in the middle garden, it's a beautiful day and the elder trees have started to flower. So it's time for us to start making our elderflower champagne and our elderflower cordials and the other lovely things that you can do with these flower heads. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to identify the tree. First of all, at this time of year, you've got these lovely white umbellifer or umbel flowers on the tree. And you get lots and lots on each tree. So the trees at this time of year when they're in flower stand out from the crowd from quite a long way away. So if you pan around the garden, you'll see we've got another one there. And most of the other trees are just green. We've got another couple over there. We've got another one here. This one here I can show you another of its features on. Even on this little trunk here, you can see that the wood, or the bark rather, is very furrowed. Always looks quite old elder bark. And it's quite light in colour. You can see this is quite grey. If the wood was exposed, the wood's very light in colour as well. It's kind of tanny brown, and in the sun it'll even go almost white. So, you know, light wooded trees, these white umbel flowers, you can't really mistake the elder trees for many other things. Certainly not when you get a whiff of the flower heads. So we'll go back over to this one. The flower heads, like this one here, when you cut them, have a very distinctive smell of cat's wee. It's not pleasant, but believe me, the things you can make out of this tree are. So this is the Sambucas Nigra, the black elder, and this is the only member of the elder family you can eat or use any part of. The rest of them, there's a purple elder, which is getting particularly popular, and lots of different other types of elder tree that you'll find in the UK. It's the black elder that you have to use for your elderflower champagne and things. The others all contain cyanide-inducing glycosides, which, if you ingest them, your body metabolizes those glycosides and basically poisons you from the inside with cyanide. Not something good to eat. I don't eat too many of the berries on this tree either. I'll have maybe a handful at most raw. They're all right cooked, but you don't want to eat too many of the elderberries raw. They will make you, or they'll probably give you a bit of an upset stomach. Now, these flower heads here, you can see this one. It's only half open. Some of the buds are still closed. This one over here, all the buds are closed. What you want for your elderflower champagne or your elderflower cordial is flower heads where all the buds are open. Now, even on this one, I can see one or two little buds that aren't fully open, but I'd quite happily put that in my pot. There is something to remember though. For my recipe for elderflower champagne, for 10 litres, you need anywhere between 8 and 12 elderflower heads. I'd say that size was getting on for the size that I'd look for. I'd look for elderflower heads probably 1.5 times that big. To count as one elderflower head. But what happens through the flowering cycle of the tree is that the yeast that's naturally produced by the flowers gets stronger, or there's more of it later on in the season. So considering this is very early, my recipe is going to be using 10 to 12 elderflower heads for every 10 litres. Later on in the season, towards the end of its flowering cycle, I'll probably go down to using about 8 elderflower heads per 10 litres. Now you do have to be a bit careful with the amount of flower heads that you use. Don't go piling loads in, because what can happen is your elderflower champagne can quite easily go very gloopy. And that's when you're using too much yeast and too much sugar. So what I'll be doing, like I say, because it's early in the season, I'll be using the top end, about 12 heads per 10 litres. And what I'm going to do is pick those now, and I'll see you again in the kitchen.